So I had a friend coming from Croatia, and a kid I grew up with, by the way, that moved from Chicago to Croatia. Anyway, and by the way, you want to hear that story? He got diagnosed with prostate cancer, 3 medical centers in Chicago, Northwestern, University of Chicago, and Loyola. And he came to me, he says, Pat, I got problems. I go, what's the problem? This is 6 years ago. I got prostate cancer. Well, how did you know that? Why did you go get tested? Well, because they say you should get tested every year. I'm 53 or 54, so I got tested. So wait a minute, stop. You out of the blue went and got tested for prostate cancer. Well, that's what you do in America, Pat. Okay, got it. I got it. Okay. And they told you have it. Yeah, 3 centers told me. What are your symptoms, Carl? What are your symptoms? I don't have any. Carl, I think you should go to Europe and get a test there. So guess what? That's what he did. He went to Croatia, and they said, you don't have cancer.
Really?
You have an enlarged prostate. In the United States, that's what they're doing. They're treating and they've treated tens of thousands of men over the last 20 years for prostate cancer. They made it a part of the protocol because you make a lot of money.
Was this during a routine checkup they told him this?
No, he went to get it checked.
Okay.
Prostate. And
but that's a routine
thing,
the
PSA
though, right?
number, okay. Which, by the way, if you talk to the guy that invented the PSA number, which Carl did, he said, I never invented it to have anything to do with prostate cancer. But because of the corruption in the medical industry, we've treated tens of thousands. I mean, 10 years ago, they'd say, if you live long enough, you're going to die from prostate cancer. Every man gets it. I mean, it was all bullshit. Just like they did with the cesareans, in the 90s. 1 out of 4 births in the United States were pop cesareans.
So if you get diagnosed with prostate cancer, what is the go-to treatment for that, and who profits off that the most? This might be a dumb question, but I don't know.
I mean, prostate cancer,
is there like a certain medication that, I mean, it's just chemotherapy and radiation.
Radiation, and then years of who knows what. I mean, you'll be incontinent a lot of the times. I mean, you turn into this cash register basically for so many parts of the, American medical society. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I mean, I would almost tell anyone who ends up being diagnosed with prostate cancer to take a trip somewhere else and, get it checked as well. Maybe Canada, maybe Mexico or whatever. Again, you might have prostate cancer, and I don't want to, sugarcoat it. A lot of people die from real prostate cancer, but a lot of people are being diagnosed with prostate cancer when they have a enlarged prostate. And not prostate cancer, but because the protocol says that the doctor will be sued if he doesn't basically tell the patient, look, you should get, chemo, we should do this, let's be safe, all that kind of stuff. He can get sued and lose his license, etc., for not following protocol. And since the pharma companies now are basically writing the protocols, you're getting treated for prostate cancer, whether you have an enlarged prostate or your prostate cancer.
Yeah, there's a weird thing about being diagnosed with things too, especially like cancer. When you're told that you have something, it's kind of like there's a thing that happens, like a self-fulfilling prophecy, where if you believe that you have a disease, even if you don't have it, you can end up suffering from that very disease.
Like you have it.
Yeah.
What do you believe you have? If you believe you have it,
there's
guess
so
what?
many
You do have it.
Right. If you believe you have it, you do have it. The mind is such a powerful fucking thing that, if you get it, there's so many different variables, from like depression that sets in, that just it speeds up the, not only if you don't already have it,
sick.
Right, it's going to speed up the process of death, and you believe you're going to die. Like if somebody tells you have 6 months to live, a lot of times that will happen.
Sure. And I mean, look at the numbers. We spend 20% of the American budget, right, is for healthcare. But wait a minute. The government's spending 20%, and yet we have all these people spending. I mean, I know I have friends spending $3,000 a month on their insurance. So not only are you paying out of your pocket for your health insurance, the government's spending 20%. Italy spends 9.7%, and we all have health care. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not perfect. There's some bad doctors. There's some bad hospitals, etc. But the average Italian's living 82.7. The average American's 78.9.
What are you talking about, 82.7?
That's the mortality. So the average Italian lives almost 4 years longer than the average American, yet the Italians are spending 9.7% of their budget on healthcare. The Americans are spending 20%, and then who knows how many more trillions of dollars that the private person is spending on it.
Right.
And we're living almost 4 years less This was up until the COVID. The COVID probably knocked
Yeah.
things out of whack. But up until COVID, so 2019, the average Italian was 82.7, the average American 78.9. So almost 4 years longer, 5% of your life. If you lived in Italy, you live longer. And yet we're spending probably 5, 6, 7 times more on healthcare in the United States than we are in Italy.
What the fuck was that, Austin? The thing happened. It happened again. It's still happening. What'd you do? Just change the audio on the audio output.
I hope we're not getting somebody pissed off. That's kind of like, in a couple minutes it'll get louder and then maybe the whole place will explode or.
No. Maybe it's the FBI listening in.
Yeah, whatever. And by the way, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of these conspiracy guys, all that shit. I don't. But you know what? Unfortunately, each of us, if we have a sick child, sick father, whatever it is, you got to think about the words that I'm saying, and you can never be too careful. And, when I have a problem in Italy, I go to my coffee shop, right? And, hey, Miguel, portami un caffè. And then I watch for my doctor whose office is right in front of my coffee shop, and I go, "Wait, Rafael, vieni tu, vien." And I say, "Rafael, what the fuck is going on right up here? Look at above my belly button. Fuck is that?" "Oh, Patrizio, sembra che hai un'ernia. You have a hernia." What the fuck? What was it going to hurt me? I mean, what do you? Patrizio, you should probably get it taken out. I mean, let me push. Push. You want
Hop in my van.
Yeah, He says, you want a cafe, Raffaele? Yeah. Miguel, get a cafe per il dottore, dai. Okay. No. Does it hurt like this? No. Hurt like this? No. Like this? Yes, that hurts. Okay, listen, Patrizio. It's July. You don't want to get an operation in July, August, right? Come on. He says, are you going to America anytime soon? Yeah, I'm going to leave. When you leaving? September. When you come back? November. Call me when you come back. Okay. And I go on and I get paid. Now, Rafael probably makes $50,000, $60,000 a year.
As a doctor or a surgeon?
As a doctor.
Okay.
As surgeons, doctors, they make mostly the same thing, But their kids get free health care. Their kids get free universities.
Isn't Italy doing some wacky shit with COVID?
Yes. And my good friend is the head of the health department in Italy, named Franco Locatelli, and I love him.
He's the head of the health department?
Yes, he is the highest-ranking doctor in the health department.
Really?
And he's from Bergamo, and he talks like this even when he speaks in English or Italian, and everyone makes fun of him. But he's a great guy. I love him, and he's just really well-intentioned and believed that, he hook, line, and sinker, that you've got to wear masks. You've got to do a vaccine. And one of the worst problems they had in Italy in the beginning, I don't know if you know this. So we were one of the first countries to get bad. And we were putting people on ventilators. Well, guess what? When you put an 85-year-old man or woman on a ventilator,
right,
they're not coming off.
Right.
Now we don't use ventilators anymore, by the way. But in the beginning, we had the most deaths out of anyone. But in the end, was it really COVID? Yeah, it was COVID, I guess. But it kind of was because we were putting all these people on ventilators. So almost the healthcare system was too good because we were able to treat all these people on ventilators, where a lot of places, they don't have that many ventilators. But so Italy did some wacky stuff, in my opinion. And I could be wrong, by the way. And I love Franco. Forgive me, Franco, if because I know that you got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that listen to your podcast.
Oh, he's got a podcast.
No, your podcast.
Oh, my podcast.
Yeah,
I thought you said Franco had
Yeah,
one.
and I don't know if Franco will do it, but, a lot of good-intentioned people. And I've got a guy, Johnny Tisdale, love him with all my heart, works at the NIH. He worked for years with Fauci has experience with him, et cetera. And Johnny almost screamed to yell at me when I kind of said, well, Johnny, I'm not sure that the vaccine helped. What do you mean they don't help? They do help, and everybody should wear a mask. And you know what? Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the people that think the masks don't work are wrong, and maybe the people that think the masks work are right, and maybe the people that think you should get vaccinated are right. I don't know, but I just think we should all make the best decisions we can and leave the dollar bills out of it.
best decisions for ourselves, not for other people necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, oh God,
Is
that's
that-
a hard one too. Oh my God,
What
a hard one.
What is the rules? Is there a rule? Is there you have to be vaccinated to go to Italy?
Yes,
You do.
I think they just the other day cut it out, but up until the other day, and it might still be going on.
Can
have
you
to be
find out,
vaccinated.
Austin? This kid travels to more countries than anybody ever fucking known. This kid, he's never available to run the podcast because he's always in some fucking European country or some African island or something.
Nice, Austin.
So, Austin, you should know this. Weren't you just in Italy?
No, Spain.
Oh, Spain.
But I think they.
Are you vaccinated?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be.
Okay.
No, without a doubt, you have to be
I had to get a
vaccinated.
European vaccine card in France.
You even got your own European vaccine card?
Yeah, look.
Do you have one of these?
Yes, of course.
I had to get one of these.
Yes, I have one as well.
In Europe,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So you need that to basically get around
In
Europe.
Chicago or in Italy,